Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14, I think, on the series stage E. We're rapidly closing in on the end of this series. Overall thoughts on this game, why not throw them out randomly now? I like it. I've liked every RT game I've played. I kind of had a lot of issues with 12, which was adapted from a mobile game. It was the one, I was really excited I got a chance to play it at all because it wasn't released in English, and I, bought it while overseas. It sounds like I'm bragging on something. This is like 10 years ago this happened, so I'm over it. But yeah, when I was deployed overseas for a bit, I got a chance to visit Japan as a tourist. Brought Bobo the Vulture along for a couple of, like 2 weeks vacation to hang out with me in Japan. I wasn't living in Japan. I didn't intend to go down a big long, but Bobo and I were in Japan at one point for, a very short time, many years ago, and while there, I bought RTK 12 for PC in Japan, in Japanese, stumbled through the process of patching it into English and played it on my channel, and it wasn't really that great a game. And I think it would have been better if it had been like there was certain confusion. There were certain things that the English patch was not perfect about explaining. But I think it was an inferior game compared to the others because it was designed for mobile phones. And that's what I'm getting at is I like this game. I like all the RTK games. 12 was kind of dodgy. This is very good. I could see if this was the first RTK game you played, you could be really enamored with it. But as I play it, I still find myself wanting to go back and yeah, I want to do Nobunaga's Ambition. Rise to Power, I think, was the one. I get them confused because rather than having numbers, they just keep putting these different titles after that don't really mean that much. But yeah, I mean, as I play this, I'm more like, yeah, I enjoyed that more. The macro in this, you have a lot of macro, but it takes the form of maintaining overseers and you don't get a lot of decision points about what your cities are going to do other than the order in which they grow things. Cities don't specialize in different things, and you spend more energy trying to make sure that you actually expand your influence across each hex so that you don't have cities like our income in Jiannan isn't what it should be because we don't have conquest of these territories. I didn't enjoy that mechanic as much as you've only got so much capacity in your castle to build different things, but you can build different things in your castle to give your city different bonuses. As your peasants expand land in the village outside of the castle, they can build facilities that concentrate on troops or on food or on I enjoyed that part of and it made it to where you could have a lot of fun just managing a city and trying to grow it, and you could really get lost in that game. And I've managed to avoid it. I got real close in the Date campaign to getting to an irretrievable scenario, and I just kind of won the... Well, I'm going off into a big long thing about another series. The point I'm getting at is I'm kind of feeling that game again. Playing through this has been fun. I've enjoyed it. If I was going to play another RTK game, I think I would go back to... I have to see if I still have the disc, and I don't think my PS2 still... I don't know if my PS2 still works. If I was going to replay an RTK game, the only one that I've done... I haven't done multiple runs of the RTK games, but I could go back to 13, where it was more centered on an individual officer, and try to do something fun with that. Or I could, but if I was going to do one where I just commanded a force, it might be fun to go back and replay 11. I don't know that I'd feel the need to play this game again. I got a lot out of it, just one playthrough. And it would certainly be different to play with a different force. It would really be different to play without these created officers. Created officers, who are really powerful, do tend to just warp the game and make it easier than it should be. But, it might be interesting to play as the Nanman with these really weak starting cities. But it's tough to it's really tough to grow out of a place that doesn't have that kind of economic advantage. Finishing off Cao Cao early was a huge deal, and it really changed the complexion of this whole game. Because if I'd tried to expand in other directions, like, I almost feel, in retrospect, like taking Zhu Chang from Cao Cao so early was cheating. Because if I'd let Cao Cao establish Zhu Chang, I would have had a powerful enemy AI that was really hostile towards me almost from jump. And, like, taking over cities like Jiangjia, because I held what? I started with Shochun and Guanling. I think, no, I took Guanling. I started with Shochun and Runan, I guess, is what I started with. I think that's what I started with. And I took Guanling, which wasn't really a very strong city for a long time. It was difficult to grow Guanling. If I'd turned on Sun Tzu right away, which would have probably been pretty foolish, but like didn't allow history to play out, didn't allow him through events to take over these territories, attacked him before he got strong, I could have gotten Lujiang, which is a good city. But like, yeah, like I think I short-circuited the game a bit by I short-circuited a lot of historical events by just stopping Cao Cao from taking Zhu Chang. And in hindsight, if I was going to redo this to make it more interesting, I would have tried to avoid doing that. But honestly, that was the logical path to get any kind of strength. But I was looking at like the safe side. Like this game, in game time, this is like 5 years after Yuan Shu started with these two cities. And we've taken, like, this is ridiculous how quickly Yuan Shu has taken over China. So part of that's created officers, but I am playing on hard difficulty. Someone convinced me before I even got started, you got to play on hard. It's too easy on normal. Matter of fact, sometimes it can be more difficult on normal because the AI is so complacent. It doesn't launch failed attacks that you can counterattack. It just sits. And yeah, feeling a little vague residual guilt about attacking Zhu Chang so early, but it was a smart move. And you can drive yourself nuts trying to let historical events play out when you're playing as a faction that doesn't benefit from them. Like, at some point, you got to say, okay, now when am I going to start trying to win? Anyway, that's like a third of the video gone now, and we haven't started the turn. We've got 6 orders left. I think it's time for us to start the turn. We've got Liu Zhang himself is actually, I noticed this off screen, he is in Jianning, which now has 9 officers. They still only have 2 in Yunnan. There's no long-term strategy to build Yunnan up into anything. Now, you can't have a very long-term strategy now. They are in their final hours. But they've got 8 officers in Chengdu. I believe they've given up on Zitong. It has 7 officers. So they've got most of their officers and their leader in Jianning. This is where they seem to think they're going to make their last stand. Troops are marching there, but it's not that powerful a force compared to some of the others. They've got 20,000 troops there. Anyway, it does not look like they're really going to try to fight for Zitong, so let's oh, this would be mid-game ending, right? Yeah. All right. I've got a transport unit heading for Zitong. I guess I could try to cut them off, but Xu Sheng visited Bu Lianxi. Hey, you know, I don't know if you got married. Like, you probably weren't married to Xuan yet, so are you happy to serve us? Sure. What I remember about her historically is, I guess she was the wife, I think posthumously empress, or maybe empress during her lifetime under Sun Quan. And I do mean under. She was well liked at court because I guess she was just a genuinely nice person or whatever, according to history. But her Dynasty Warriors presentation is like, even by Dynasty Warriors standards, her breasts are ridiculously large. Would you bring your talents to our army? Sushi's chaw has increased. I will show you a cunning leader. I will show you, as Jim Cornette would say, a cunning linguist. Impel has visited Yanjun. Well, sorry, I got the donut in my mouth, but would you join? Sure. I mean, can I have a donut? Looks like one of our guys wandered into range of an arrow tower and is getting wiped out. That's annoying. Yeah, come on, get out of the range of the arrow tower, man. Sure. Kang's Ka has increased. It'd be easy to work together with Yang Quinn. Oh man, I remember his portrait. He's been around for a long time in our force, but he's dead. So we'll have to find out where he is. And dear Wang Fu, thanks for everything. Love, Julie Newmar. Locust damage and Han Zhang. Ah, that's why Agman Mamarand isn't attacking. He's got his 100,000 troops dealing with locusts. They're individually attacking locusts. Okay, so Jiangjia, we have to check and see if they have enough guys now. Their items and yay. We only have 2 cities whose balances look bad, so that's actually getting better. Alright, guys. I guess we're probably not actually going to be able to intercept this transport unit, but all it's transporting is gold. Like, it's whatever. It doesn't matter at all.
Sure.
So Sun Guan, he has lost half of his troops to arrow towers, and it's kind of ridiculous how this has gone. We've got Wei Yui and Zhang He, who never really got a chance to do anything after he joined us. I gave him a title. At one point, it was anticipated we'd be utilizing him, but it kind of hasn't happened. Meanwhile, forget this guy's name and JG Mystery. I mean, they're just not going to get here in time to do anything. Let's have them attack a... We can change our minds if something happens and it becomes useful to change our minds. But these guys are just going to kind of... We just want to march them so that they're outside of the city's attack range. I think they did. Did they take a... is there like a town here or something they took over? Or is this... this is just part of Zitong's own territory. I'm having a hard time surrounding Zitong and taking it over because you'd think there'd be a village over here or something. It looks like it just has this huge territory that's innately its territory. Or I've got units parked in such a way that I can't see where the villages are. We took over Hanchang, which is just kind of this path here. Longzhong is... oh, that's huge. But it's completely out of the way. Let's see, maneuver 23, maneuver 17. I mean, we could have you head here. But I'm kind of anticipating the enemy not really, not really counterattacking us that strongly. Like, I think they've given up a bit. It's going to take Froxus Nelock forever to arrive, but the thing is, we've been waiting so long to take over the city, it doesn't really make sense to rush in and have ground troops attacking when there are siege units on the way. Like, the logical thing to do is to take our time and do this right, because of how long it's taken us to get to this point. to that end, these guys have been ordered to attack that gate, but if the situation hasn't changed, I can redirect them to Zitong at any old time. I think we can have you guys be kind of marching into this general area of the city now. Because I think we are, in this case, we are just going to have a bunch of ground troops dive. Although I got siege weapons on the way. I suppose there's no sense, like it's not necessary to do that. We do have an overseer there. We do have an overseer. Oh, we do not have an overseer here. Okay, well, let's get Guang Han an overseer. Oh, we got a couple places here need an overseer. And Guang Han. Okay, whoever took that city, that's not where... Alright, let's get some overseers going. Let's figure this out. So we'll put Vulture being in charge, and however, wherever she was, we'll want somebody else. Yeah, how about this? We do still want some kind of, oh, I don't know who was in charge here, but maybe that might have been Vulture Bean. And that other place had some other reason that its ruler went away. Who's good at commerce? I mean... And then right back over here, where we had put you in charge because you were good at conquer land. I guess we're down to Wei Yan. Whatever, Wei Yan's fine. There wasn't much conquest left to be done. I make good overseer. So, again, Dynasty Warriors Wei Yan. So this is Yang'an. So somebody from Yang'an took that hex. So let's get an overseer over there, mainly to make sure that we're getting some kind of conquest going where this territory doesn't swallow up behind us going back to the enemy. What that would mean for us really is what that would really mean for us is that our supply lines would be cut off. And my lore canon is that like locals who remain loyal to Liu Zhang would start interfering with our supply trains. Or that there would be like guerrilla actions taking place, not necessarily peasants, but like soldiers, but soldiers whose whereabouts are being hidden by peasants loyal to Liu Zhang. That could happen. But having overseers will help with that. We do have overseers over these places, I believe. Yep. I think we're just going to ignore that. We're going to ignore this supply train, let it go through. It's not, I really don't care about trying to intercept it so much. I forgot I've got 2 sets of troops that are heading here, so nobody with siege weapons, though. Oh no, there are siege weapons. And somehow they're in the lead. That's kind of surprising. Usually siege weapons are moving so slow and slowing things down tremendously. I think I'm going to do something slightly unusual here. I want to cut these guys off as quickly as possible. You guys all move at the same speed. What if, looking for somebody who can really handle themselves in a fight. And you guys have roughly the same stats, and it's because you're using the same formation, and you're all decent war officers. Let's have you redirect and take over Yusui. And this is one more place that they won't get any resources from. Because I don't know what's faster. Because our main force will end up coming over this way. All these guys will eventually sort of meet up and come down on Jiannong this way. And we're taking Jianning rather before we deal with Yunnan. I think Chengdu is going to be hit by enough troops. It's not worth... Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, it's not really worth sending anyone up to take these little villages. But if Jianning is the main place they're building up, we might as well hit all of its stuff on the way to it so that they can't prolong the agony and build it up more. Alright, man, I got so many orders left here. I haven't done anything with this turn, really, have I? Just check my cores real quick. Been a while since we've done that. You are... Oh, you've got supplies. Okay, you're fine. One of these cities down here was like out of supplies for a while, and I lost track of which one it was. What exactly was going on. I think those are the frontline cities that we mainly care about. I think what I care about down in these places is mainly that they're not actually going completely bankrupt. This is a place we took over from... that Jishi is his name, I guess. Oh. Oh, never mind. Conquest score doesn't matter at all because these guys have completely taken over the territory. It's as you would expect. None of these guys are very good at barracks, huh? Alright, this is fine. I just need to make sure I've got dudes running the show. They've got a lot of gold saved up here. We could be transporting elsewhere, but I don't even know if it's worth the time and energy to set that up. This is the city that probably needs the most help, really. I've got a lot of officers here. And they've got, like, no freaking money. The guys with the best possible conquest scores, generally. He's famous. Oh, you know what? He needs to be in charge over here, because this place is not doing a good job of getting... you know... not doing a good... we've got a lot of territory here that ain't being utilized properly. He probably could have stayed right where he was, actually. Certain amount of moving these guys around isn't really accomplishing a whole lot. But I feel like we moved better officers here, or we've gotten better officers since we started this. So I could do people with better... I could do people with better stats. Okay, so I got way too many officers here. Where do we need people? 6 and 7. Actually, we have enough there. This place has lots of... move Hamdingers over there. He's extravagant. I can't help myself. This is micromanaging that we don't need to be doing, but we lost. I think it was here that we lost an officer, didn't we? Somebody died, and they were the main dude in this place. We could put Pei Yuan Shao in charge. There's probably somebody better to be used. There's nobody really that good to run this show, so this is a good place for us to send some officers out of that is a good place for us to send some officers out of here then. Where else could people go? You've got 10, you've got 7, you've got 8. Could use a few here, I guess. Like maybe 2 more. There's Ron. There's some pretty good guys who've joined us from this force. We don't necessarily have anything to do with many of them. Let's get Murder Man over there. Got 11 officers here. They're not doing that great on money, though. Didn't I have a supply unit moving here? I guess it didn't bring gold. Because that's a city where it would be nice to have some good officers, but I don't want to bankrupt the place. Okay. In theory, I could get like Zhoutai. Is it Zhuran? Yeah, he was the guy who launched the fire attack. That wiped out the Shu World Order. I can get him moving over there. And that will cut this place down. It won't be down to like nothing, but it'll be down by quite a bit. And what else are we doing here? I don't know why you're working on barracks, but you've been working on it long enough. I guess I should let you finish. Can I finish? We really should be working on agriculture here. I think I probably meant to, didn't I? I think I set up the guy who had the best agriculture score and then forgot to set him for agriculture is what happened. Way too much, maybe this was where an officer got killed, died of old age or whatever happened. You are returning from something. Oh, I wouldn't have noticed this if I hadn't gone into switch stuff. Yeah, here's a place I could send an officer to. This is a place where it would make sense for us to be recruiting troops, but I don't have enough, enough guys to be doing everything here. They're a bit short on gold, but it's probably because I've been manically buying supplies there. Alright, why don't you send somebody there, too? Not merchant. It'll take them 1,000,000 years to arrive, but, it's gonna take them a month. Send Penjang the Power Warrior. Alright, sanction, anything other than mid-game ending and the events? Nope. Not requisitioning gold, guys, and I'm not bothering with sabotage at this point. Although actually, Zitong, once we take it over, it's just going to be nothing. It's not going to matter once we take it over. Investment. Let's reward the people-minded, as Macho Man Randy Savage would say. He's so famous. He's so famous for saying, "Let's reward the people-minded." Okay. These free officers who don't already work for... Well, it seems like there's more. Oh, we had a couple people escape. Probably people who escaped from us recently are not going to come work. Tao... I don't know what I'm going to do with this asshole when because I'm planning... Probably. It might not happen. I'm planning on Let's Playing the game he's in. I don't know what I'm going to do with that asshole. He's just been a dick to us this whole game. I think all we've got left are the hardcore Sun Tzu loyalists. Not that Sun Tzu was the last guy who was in charge of the force, but oh, we've got there we go. We'll hire one of Liu Zhang's guys, just so that we can say that when the game asked us to look, we did look at hiring guys. They want us to search. Yeah, I always think maybe there'll be an officer. Good enough. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call it a video. I'm gonna check off screen. I'll poke at the cores a little bit more, but when we come back next time, we'll be in full on trying to do a turn mode, because I'm kind of shocked that I managed to get one turn executed. I really intend to kick this off and start moving faster, so we'll try to do that next time. Bye-bye.